Yeah, let's try that on the GTR. Well, no, it's a GT3. And first up, I will remove all the layers like dirt and dead insects and whatnot, and start the color finding process on the base. So yeah, let's hide all that crap. I just see it's a few layers in here which are not exactly influencing the colors, so yeah, should take a few minutes. What's that? That's the dirt, that's scratches, it's not in the way. So deactivated. Alright, let's get to the actual color. This has to go. Everything has to go. Do you hear me okay? Is the sound quality okay? Because it's like just a shitty microphone on the headset, and yeah, I can't tell. Alright. Okay, perfect. So what we do best is place that color chip I made. That one. Yeah, it looks a bit dark at the moment, but it will change in a minute. Deactivate that layer, and now we have that chip here. I picked those colors from different references to Miami Blue on the web. I'm not 100% sure which is the actual Miami Blue, but in my opinion, the one on the right is closest to all the Porsches you find pictures of in the web, and it actually has a hex color code. Let me look that up. It's color code 00ACDF. So yeah, it's not helping inside Gran Turismo, but I'm sure if you want to make a color chip yourself, you can easily do that by putting in that hex code. Alright, let's see if we can hit it the simple way with using another layer we put on top. I think personally, I never tried that color. I think it's a bit tricky because it has a certain green element to it. I don't know if the color selector in Gran Turismo can hit that, because it's pretty limited to what you will find in, I don't know, Illustrator or Photoshop or whatnot. But yeah, let's see. I put that in. I put in the hex code I found. It's like this here. So I can pick the other colors too. The one in the middle is let's see. And the one on the left found this. Can you tell me where you get your reference from, the 2C B6FF? Anyhow, let's try. Alright, stretch that out a little. Maybe I find a less distracting background color first. So usually I go with something half matte because it has the best contrast. So if you try to find edges and shit, it's like, yeah, the half matte, it's usually doing a great job. But anyhow, it's not that important. Okay, so it's a bit greenish. Oh, Reddit. Yeah, they probably did a bit of research. So this is still too green. Okay. This looks a bit blue. Maybe that's good. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Depends on your display you're using. I can zoom in a bit more to show you that, but it's the difference as in colors can be so minimal that it's usually hard to tell. What was it? 54 or something, right? Or 53? Looks too green. 54. So first let's do that by hand. It still has a little green touch. So let's move to 55. Maybe that's better. Yeah, looks good. Maybe work a bit on the saturation here. Dark overall. Take away a bit saturation. No, it's not. Well, it's just for controlling that we in the right eye area. I will move up the tone, so you can see immediately that 56 has a bit much of red tone in it. Wow, cool, thank you. Nice. So, and if I move down to 54 again, you see that it has that greenish, or the green tone is too strong in it. So 55 is pretty okay, I would say. But still, I don't know if you have a better method to hit the color directly, but from my experience, that what we are doing here at the moment is an okay method. It's not hitting the color exactly. So there are different methods to do it much better, but the simple method seems to be sufficient for now. But anyhow, we check the other methods. Yeah, it looks close, but on the screen I'm using, I still see a little difference. I can't hit it exactly. and as the decal I'm using is 100% opaque, it should represent a more close color. So well, let's jump to another method. So we save this here for now. Well, let's move it around a little bit to okay. So I could hide these, and now I have the color saved, and moving to solid color tone, it looks like that. When I switch on the color chip again, I can make it a bit smaller to have a reference over here. You can see already, I don't know if you see that on your screen, but when I move it around, you can see that there's a really tiny touch of green in the original color chip. So the blue tone we have now it could need a little tiny bit of that green. So what I do now is, yes, cool. That means YouTube can show those little color differences, which is pretty nice. Didn't expect that because of the compression. I will add an opacity layer now, which is covering the whole car. I made those with my main account, the Cashbot account, and the layers look like this. They have like percentages, so I just made a little range, not 100 different opacity layers, but usually I don't have the need to make finer steps between the percentages. So but as the tone of the green is so minimal, I will go with the 10% one. It's, I would say it's barely visible. You can see now it's originally white, but that will change in a second. So you stretch it out all over the complete car, and angle limit to 10, depth limit to 10, so everything is like perfectly covered. If you're going to color those other parts later, you better don't forget to add another opacity layer to the slot in other here. So it's, yeah, as you can see, it still has those other little fine-tuning elements over it, like the dirt and the dead insects and whatnot, like you see all that crap, and the dust and scratches. But anyhow, place it below everything, and yeah, you should be fine. Okay, let's adjust that layer to get closer to the greenish tone in the color. Alright, so we going over here and try to hit a similar color, which was the 55 something. I'm just stupid. Why don't I pick the exact same color? So and from here we can start to dial in a bit closer. Okay. Please keep in mind that this layer only has 10% of the opacity. So if we go in a very dark color here, it's only 10% of that tone will be visible. So moving more in the direction of green now. Could still be more green. Okay, now we're getting closer. Seems like the colors losing a bit of the saturation. That could be that the opacity layer has a white base color. Hold on. I just need to check something. I'm doing another opacity layer now with a black base. So let's see if that makes any difference. So if we can dial in more closely. Jesus. Damn you, Illustrator. Okay. Black base and export. We are almost there. What is it? 45. Let me upload that too. Gran Turismo. Okay, it's uploading, and is it there? No, it's not. What the hell? Come on. Ah, here we go. Alright. Discard all changes. Yes. Okay. Duplicate that layer. Replace it by the black layer. Okay. So we have I deactivated the white layer now and working with the black layer now. So what you can see here is like the black 10% opacity layer. Let's do that crap all over again. Picking the color, moving it to green. Alright. It looks like, to me, that if you use a black base layer, it has a bit more of saturation instead of using the white one. I mean, by the color we picked in the beginning, the simple method. I don't think that anybody who's not a complete nerd about colors could see the actual difference between the original Miami blue, Porsche blue, and the Gran Turismo one. But well, we are trying to hit the exact same color, and it's, yeah, maybe worth the effort to do that, because there are other colors which are also pretty hard to hit. Like red tones and everything works perfectly, but I always struggle with blue, especially light blue colors are absolute pain in the ass to hit in Gran Turismo. I don't know um, why that is, why the color space in that area is so minimal, but yeah, finding a workaround is always helpful, especially later on when you you know how to do it. And yeah. Sorry, not seeing the chat at the moment. Yeah, definitely. I wish for GT7 they will implement that. I mean, there are many things you can do better about the library editor in Gran Turismo Sport as it is right now. But to be completely fair here, I would say this is the best and deepest library editor in all games out there. So, um, but it can still be better, of course, absolutely. What do you say? You doubt that they will put in hex colors, or that this is the best editor in games out there? Yeah, but there are other things which are a bit more important, or which could make life a lot easier. Yeah. Um, so what do you think about the what is it uh, to when you, well, if you could give different textures to single decals, that would be absolutely awesome. Uh, at the moment, you can just use one texture for all the decals, and you have to do it in a way that, okay, you can change the base color and maybe find your way um, to the right effect, but it's pretty complicated. And well, I would enjoy it if I could give single decals different textures, or add like special colors to decals, like chrome ones to simulate chrome foil, which is like glue to a car. Um, or if you can like use a matte texture for dust and dirt, and maybe for the rest of the car you go with glossy decals, so it gives you a better idea of which part is dirty and which one is like a sticker or like paint or whatnot. Yeah, anyhow, so still playing around with the overlay here, and I would say, yeah, it must be somewhere in that area, but yeah, let's move it around to um, maybe hit it even closer, but I wouldn't think so. It's like we are so deep in the green area, we almost come out at the end of yellow now. So that this is more like a khaki tone, or olive khaki something. Um, this is definitely not included in that paint, I would say. So let's go back to that green here, and yeah, hard to say. Maybe um, a decal with even less opacity would help in that case, because the difference is so fine. Um, but let's move it over here. Yeah, what I miss is that little bit of saturation. So what I do basically is go darker, which is not what I want to, but okay. Mm. So if I hide it now, the difference is minimal, but it's there. Um, Let me hide that and switch on the white one. Let's try to go to the same color, or the color we picked before, and then we compare it, or can actually compare it. So oh, absolutely, definitely, no question, um, no question about it. That's definitely the most easiest method. So you pick the color samples from the web you want, put it on that car, and stretch it out all over the place, and you will hit exactly the color which is in that decal. But um, for many how can I say, for many applications, it's good to have the original color. If you especially this car here, this is why I choose that as an example. Um, it it has those on it which are on top of the carbon texture here. So these cannot be how can I say, this can not be done with like a normal decal. Um, so I mean, I like the stripe on the roof. It I would say it's like three decals. So it's yeah, it's difficult. This one on the hood here has I don't know. These are 7 or 8 decals. So if I want to recolor that, I would like to have the exact same color so I can cover everything on the car later on. Or if I want to add like sponsor decals and um, would like to have them in the same color as the base colors of the car, it would be good to have the exact same color code or a method how to do that. So personally, I like to yeah, be 100% sure that we are in the right ballpark with that color, and find it by copying it from color chips. So you have it like in your code. So for example, all those decals here, I would like to have them in the same color, and these are different. As you can see, they cover up little parts and consist of many different layers. Others are like, as you can see here, dirt and whatnot. Um, so therefore it's good to have the color code. Mm. I would say let's go through that and color the whole thing, because I like the color, or really like the color, but never wanted to go to through the pain and actually find that color. Now as I have the color, we can go through the whole process with the whole car. So this is different. This is the roof. Is it? No, it's not the roof. It's that thing here at the end. I will show you in a second why I made those extra decals. That's the roof. Alright, let's go to the bonnet. What's it called in English? Is it the hood or the bonnet? I don't know. What's the right word for it? Alright. Well, not a native speaker here, so sorry if I messed that up. Alright. So, what else can we mess around with here? Okay, thanks. Let's switch on the dirt again. As I said before, that I need 5 more minutes to export another decal. It was because of the decals here on the side. I exported 2 decals to give the Miami blue Porsche the right decals. So I decided to go with Dade County, Miami, and also give the car the number 305 because that's the area code of Dade County. So let's get that over with before I forget it. I always keep forgetting to add a number to the car. So yep, 305, here we go. So if you didn't know, if you put in that number and don't make it visible, but you still have that in the livery, and it's saved, so it will show up when you pull out your car in a race, and it will be the number which is above your car. So instead of just having a 0, it will show that number you have in here. So you see no design, but the car number is still 305. Just in case you didn't know. Alright. I think I forgot something. Is it? Yeah. It's those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know when I found that out. I think it was some years ago when I saw a guy who made a livery and I think it was some Super GT something, and I saw him in a race, and he doesn't have the built-in Gran Turismo car numbers, but like one of those self-made decal number plates, and the number plate was matching like the number above the car, and I was like, what the hell? How is he doing that? And yeah, then I found out that you can just turn it to invisible, but the number remains. So yeah, it's um, let's replace that. What was it? 10, right? It's also 10. Alright, looking good so far. Oh, what we could also do, maybe we can change the number here too. Oh, damn it. Please tell me if that gets boring, but that's totally me, like going through all those little details. I find some joy in that. Maybe other people are not interested in stuff like that. So let's see, how does it look? Alright. Zero seemed a bit small. 3. That's better. While we're at it, we can change those two into DC maybe. Yes. Nice. Looks good so far. Where's the damn color chip? Oh, it's somewhere down here, right? Yeah, right. So that's one version. But as we have the color now, we can make it from here. We can make it even more crazy, like having a little color changing effect. You interested in that, or do you say, okay, I've got enough for today. I wanted to see what I wanted, and let's end this here. What do you think? think I will do it anyway. Nice. So let's see how we can maybe if we, I don't know if we can do it, but yeah. Do you have a reference? Let me compare YouTube to colors from web images on Google. Yeah, it's pretty close. But as I said before, this is a really tricky color because of in some images you don't even see the green tone. In other images, especially when there's a bit of, how can I say, a bit of yellow in the sunlight, you see the green coming out. But when it's in full sunlight, like blue skies, direct sunlight, it appears more bluish. It's really strange. Maybe it's not even the same color we are seeing all over the web. So when I look for Porsche Miami Blue and I see all those different models, maybe it's the, oh, I just saw an image. Let me post that here. Ah, they compare Mexico blue to Miami blue. Interesting. Maybe I can pass on that link to the image. Check this shit out. So it seems like that the Miami blue has that green tone in it, and it's a little tiny bit lighter. So when I have to compare this image to what we have done here, it's like in the middle between of those two. It's what we see on YouTube. It's a bit darker, but it has that green tone. I don't know. Am I happy with that now, or am I aiming for the lighter Miami blue now? Damn it. I don't know. Okay. Let's see if we can start the real messing around with process. So I activated an 80% white opacity layer. And maybe if we go to the color changing effect colors, now stuff gets really weird. Because we have that little metallic effect in there. This one, what is that? Color shifting, green, blue, blue. I don't know. This is more blue. Okay, this has actually 3 blue tones in it, which also has a little green hue. Do we go a bit more greenish? I would say we go a bit more greenish. I activated the 10% opacity layer now, the white one, to give it an even more greenish tone. Let's see if we are still matching the color but having that little color changing effect in it. Okay. Now it looks really green. Damn it. Okay, maybe we go to, or go through that tone again. Yeah. This has purple to it. We don't want that. Go in the blue area. You mean the hold on. These colors, you mean? You can buy them inside Gran Turismo with your millage points, and you can use them on liveries later. So you have that different types of special colors over here, and the color shift thing is you mean the color chip? All right. Yeah, I just made that in Illustrator and uploaded it. Adobe Illustrator, some vector tool I use to make all my decals, like this shit here, and yeah, all the other decals. Every decal you see on that car is made with Illustrator. So so is this. It's like the 3 squares, and yeah. You can also, there's a different tool. Thing is, I'm used to work with Illustrator. I work with Illustrator for, I don't know, almost 15 years now. But there are also free software. Damn, what's it called? Inkscape, I think. I think it's free to use, so you can download it and create own decals with it. It exports like vector data, SVG, as Illustrator does, and yeah, it's pretty similar. Like Illustrator is a pro version. It's a bit expensive, but if you are just doing some decals from time to time, I think that Inkscape is absolutely sufficient. I would say. Okay, let's delete that. We don't need it. So let's go through that process again. These are all little fadings I put into make the color change effect a bit more smooth, and it's not, how can I say, that it's not looking or the color change between the other parts, like these in here, and the rest of the cars not so dramatic, so that that people don't see how I achieved that effect. I can't explain it differently. It's like you see when I change it to the pick, or the first pick color. If you go to GranTurismo.com, and you log in with your credentials. There's a little tab which says Decal Uploader, and yeah, it will ask you to put in your decals. It's, well, I can give you a link. Hold on. So there you can log in with your PlayStation Network credentials, like the one you use for your PlayStation account, and yeah, there's there you will find a Decal Uploader. Maybe if you log in now, I can go with you through the process. I can't show it to you right now because I never streamed my desktop to YouTube. Maybe I will do that in the future someday, but at the moment I can't do that because I have no experience with it. Sorry. Alright, thanks. So here we go. I activated the other layers, which makes the effect a bit more smooth. So now we have a slightly glossy effect to it. I'm not 100% sure if I like that, because like the Miami blue is such a solid color. It looks like plastic, and the color changing effect destroys that in a way. So it looks totally glossy now. It's I don't know if I want that. I think it was better before. So yeah, but I don't know. Instead of deactivating all that stuff again, I just going to switch the color and be done with it. Yeah, but just as that you know, you can do that. This is how I think yesterday you saw that the violet Porsche or the purple Porsche I was driving, and that has the color changing effect on it, and it's, I like it. It's nice, but with this here, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. So we go back to the original color. Damn. Almost forgot that the decal is not actually fitting, so a bit smaller. That looks good. Hold on. Is that right? That's right. NSB. You mean the color we picked here? So the is that what? Yeah, okay. So the base color is 55 80 92, 10% color. Nice. I will type it in here anyway, so. Did you find the opacity layers on my other account? Nice. Yeah, what can I say? I think we're done here. It's, well, as we saw, Mexico blue, Miami blue are, it seems like they are close together, but if you see them next to each other, it's definitely like the Miami blue has that green tone. So yeah, what I did is going around the net and trying to find the right tone, make a color chip of it, import it to Gran Turismo, and yeah, that's how I did it. It's not actually magic, so yeah, it's strange. So now it looks like that we hit the right square pretty good, but the one on the left looks a bit more like the example from the link I posted. I don't know if I want to go through that process again, but I could do. Maybe it's even easier, but let's do it anyhow. While we edit, so same shit again. I move it over all the dirty layers, so now we have it on top, and this is hard to see. This is a good match, I would say. Do you notice a big difference? it's even hard to tell when I move it around. Almost, right? Let's say it's good enough. Okay, change the base color. Let's hide those. Just the old color. Was the one we did before. And go through all the other layers again, which are where? Here we go. Yeah, way better. So I would say the process how to match a color is explained, but it's like, how can I say, it's in your personal gusto, which color you like more. If you are more the Mexico blue guy or the Miami blue guy, but as this car is already like Miami themed, I'm cool with it to give it the actual web reference color, or a car which looks more like the actual web reference. But to be completely honest with you, I like both colors. They are both nice. So the Miami blue color has that weird green tone in it, and it's hard to hit and still make it look nice, instead going into yeah, with those turquoise tones, it's hard to find a good tone, not make them look dirty. They tend to have a dirty look to it, like there's, how can I say, boy, how can I explain it, but they sometimes look like there's too much gray or black in it if you don't do it right. Yeah, the McLaren orange is legendary, but most of the time looks only good on McLaren. Porsche has an interesting uh, tone. I don't know the name of it, but it looks like, or I would describe it as peach. Has that. It's like orange with a little touch of pink in it. It's gorgeous. I think it was an actual color which was available on the what was it? The 993. Mystic Chrome? Nope. Let me look that up. Is that an actual Porsche color? What? Oh, that looks like some aftermarket vinyl foil or something on Ford GT. Mystic Chrome Ford GT. Okay, I looked it up. Oh Jesus. Okay, that ain't bad. That's really cool. Holy shit. I'm just checking Google Images, and it tells me that to make the paint for the 4GT in Mystic Chrome is $100K. Really? Is that so? Yeah. I don't know. 100K for that. All right. I can't even put it in comparison because, well, if I get one of my vehicles painted, it cost me like maybe 10 maximum in real life. But even then, it's, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I believe that it's hard to make, and I think it takes many different layers to hit the effect right. Yeah, maybe you're right. It's you hear about the special Porsche colors you could get for the new GT3. I can't remember their name either, but they also have those color changing effects in it. Maybe if you look around on Google a bit, you will find that. They are also not cheap, but they are not 100,000. So anyhow, are we done here? Let's check if I forget some shit. These can be, no one needs those. I could change the little name here. Where is it? Oh yes, yeah, definitely. And when you imagine, or if you remind yourself when the GTR came out with that color, it was ages ago. If you would have introduced that color in the European market around that time, no one would have bought it. I'm 100% sure. Really need to have some balls to introduce that color to a market, but yeah, but it looked like fabulous, and no shit, I'm a big fan of purple tones on cars. Yeah. That's the 94 was the time when they introduced that color. Jesus, that's way back. Yeah, crap. is beautiful. Um, but you're right. You're right. The Miami blue, or the more lighter tone, looks definitely good. It it looks more interesting than the Mexico blue or the more darker blue we had before. I'm not sure if uh, if that was the other Miami blue we found on the web.